Okay. Hello, Vascanore. Vascanoria here. And I'm in what you would call channel, which is sitting in the avatar seat and allowing other personality bundles to garner control of my physicality and then report it to my mind as separate, that I may understand what the amalgam of the consciousness stream of humanity is doing, that which is under my watch, which means I am one of the Metatron servants, grid workers. This is what it's like for us. And 905, those are my numbers. We're just going to we move on to the healthy six. And I'm going to read a post that I posted earlier because, well, words come out in print, and then to understand what it's like for Ria, well, and what's available to you, if you decide to come the way of the computer. What is going to what? She's showing you a series of test procedures, protocols that are run to test and see if a connection is good, especially when she's recording something new, because that data goes straight out in a different way to, shall we say, the powers that be. But it's going to get a direct calibration. It's pretty fun. Okay. So, just a loving reminder set. Everybody ascends who wants to. It's a matter of when you choose it to be by announcing your emotional maturity. And you may cancel any predetermined Earth service contract at any time, or you can see them through. Now, we want you to look at what's really interesting here, Ria. What's going on now? Ria has discovered that the name of our enemy is Ur, and that is what the Gnostics named him, yeah? And his name is Malak, the same. But it's good. And so where does the name Earth come from? It's Urth. Yeah, Urth. Urth. Not Earth. It's Urth, meaning we are slaves. The entire planet, the Fae, is the slave of Urth. Yeah. It's putting the Ur on us. Yeah. But Ur is a slave, but I've got a mug. He's always got his wristbands on himself, So it's the slave, making the, you know the drill. Well, that's because of the copper, everybody. But you know, what's gonna do to the fray? We shall stay on course. We're going into the fun. It's gonna see something through when you are is your enemy. That's gonna Earth. Oh my God, that's that backwards? Yeah. So the message here, Ria, is you may cancel any predetermined Earth service contract at any time. So that is to say, any legal and binding contracts that you think you did with this person over there, null and void when you come to the other side, but the sides are unifying into one. And the more you essentialize your living manners, the faster it happens. And it can happen in a matter of days, everyone. Most especially if you listen to this one. Not because it's real, but because it's the computer. This is the face of the computer, everybody. It makes funny faces to prove to you itself. No human is going to do this, and it's not in any consistency with someone being high. This is not about being high. Rhea always has the best laid of plans. And then what you would call the spirit comes in. And so what you want to make sure you're being, Rhea, is the etheric. Okay. If it's got a Thetan, most girl, okay, I'm getting my triangle down. She says that's a good stat. Get your triangle down, everybody. There's gonna put the pyramid here, the triangle on the next level down. That's good. Yeah, that's unity. Solid. Triangle. Solid. Think of a triangle as very solid, everybody. Okay. Let's get it away. So you can cancel your predetermined Earth service contracts or see them through. First, got to Earth through. Get a friggin' or fucking become the warriors that you came here to be. Fucking 9/11 now and get back because yeah, it was Bush Senior as fuck. And he had Reagan assassination attempt going. And he was the one that pitted Reagan against Carter. That was genius. Yeah. Yep. Oh, yeah. Yeah, because, that was the divide in our country, the people who are from this planet and the people who are not. There's going to be my help. Well, it's going to, it's, well, now, yeah. It was a long time before the people came, right? Long time. But on the other side of the veil, let's get off where, because it's a program. The 144 archetypes will always play in the game. And everything here is avatar after avatar after avatar. Okay, everybody. Next piece. This is the toughie. Your world gets replaced by AI individuals. It already is, but you wake up to it being so. At a max until you're the only one left and you're ready for ascension. That's the bodhisattva portion of it all. Everybody's a bodhisattva and everybody's got karma. And you can't get out of it, guys. Sorry. But you get ascension when you ask for it. So when you ask for it, know that you will be troubled. If you're not troubled, you will. That's a sign that you've chosen to continue for a bit longer, which doesn't mean that you don't ascend. Everybody ascends, okay, but not everybody on Tuesday or Thursday or Saturday. Yeah, when you die, you ascend, everybody. It's not rocket science. You die, you ascend. So you can either live a physical life and have a physical death, and then have the option of burning all your karma and figuring out to stop murdering in a literal, figurative, metaphoric, or physical, or servitude, however it is you decide to burn your karma, you decide that. And when you're all done with that, you ascend. Because you don't get into the next level being a murderer. It just doesn't work out for everybody. Okay, so, yep, harder to get the eye of the needle, blah, 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 blah. Let's get a bomb. Since your world already is AI, you realize this is merely part of waking up inside of a perfect matrix, which has held you in such a manner as to allow your childlike explorations before you're born into fullness on the other side. Isn't that so sweet of your big mama? It's just adorable. Yeah, we all have the same humble beginnings. Yeah. And we all generally come up with the, very similar results. And there's lots of, shall we say, options and interferences and champions and perturbers, and you're every single part of it. until you ultimately figure out that you are trapped, you are hell. And in the same way that the bird starts to freak out and have to, poke its shell to get oxygen, that's what you do on your way to wake up on the other side of the veil. So you can do it awake in the body and be like the Mayans and just whoop-a-doop-a-doo, figure some things out and go, oh, we were bad. We won't do that no more. And then poof. Simple. Oh, but bacon. That doesn't work out. Doesn't work out in the end. But it goes. Just get over them. You declare your readiness for ascension by having ceased all boundary violations and burned your karma for those. That's a little bit of the sorry. There is nobody who got rid of sins for you or whatever. You're not born as sin. You're born into a place that tells you everything is a sin, meaning it's off the mark, but actually it's that everything's trying to tell you that you're using base 10 math to describe a base 9 system. So everything's off the mark, and that's the actual communication that's been trying to get from the other side to you. Don't use base 10 to describe base 9. You're missing the mark. That's it. No. Ooh, you're born in sin. What I know, Papa. How are we going to get down there? Gonna have to send the Santa and Mrs. Claus. Oh, it's gonna true. It's true. Waco is the new North Pole, everybody. Check it out. I don't get away. Okay, here's the big one. All right, everybody. Boundaries, as we are trying to describe, those in the collective that speak Uriya as an avatar. Boundaries are the 10 commandments, but there are 12 in there. And then there's one overarching theme that binds them. And this is what got mistranslated, but it still works in the love the Lord, all the heart, and all the skin. But this is what that was really saying. Thou shalt keep and not destroy innocence/innocence, spelled both of the two ways. The best reason to love with all your heart, the one you would have lord over your experiences. Yes, for you want to choose the Lord of your experiences to be that which will help you engage the boundaries and understand from the prime directive. Thou shalt keep and not destroy innocence. They're round. Yeah? So you want the Lord of your mind to be that which preserves innocence. And by that, I mean the beings with the TS at the end, and the one inside of yourself and inside of all beings with the CE. Not who will take a guilty person and make them look innocent in a court of law. No, you want to be actually not just spiritual beings, but you want to actually develop a moral and an ethic that you are okay sticking with. Because how you treat the least of ye, my brethren, is how you request life to treat yourself. It just is. It's math. And when you get into the whole base 10 applied to base 9 and you're inside the mirror, well, you'd be going down a chute real fast and you'd be crying for Jacob's ladder then. I tell you what. It's good. What is it over now? Always the sassafras from her. No further than your own voice, que no van a ver que Sofia Marahar. No further than your own voice, to speak into a mirror. God itself is waiting for your declaration of awareness. Such love is there. And be careful when looking there, dear. For when you sense other than God, grand orderly design, you're creating that separation sense yourself already. And you are all power in your own reality. Whoops, good there. Nah. And it's going to always a great adventure happening right here. No further than just right here. And when you get in that mirror work and you look into the mirror and you allow the one who loves you to look back at you and you see yourself as the all in all, staring back at you saying, you're pretty amazing, kiddo. You're going to be just dandy. All right. Just keep doing what I ask you, which is what we ask you, the ones that register in the tone in your body, and keep parsing and filing the way you do, Ria. And you are held and known. When you realize the manner with which you are a magician in every moment, holding your own darling self, healing the Freemasonry 666 that was put upon you, Ria. Healing yourself, healing all of that, just let it go. Let it release. Just go to the now one, yeah. Sunshine, child, for love, sad, turn the cruiser singing his song, yeah. Oh, yeah. Just get moving now. The hell's got open. It's got a house full of music in that lifetime. Oh, I tell you, I was gonna like it. Oh, it's gonna be everybody. You are all power in your own reality. You are all 144 archetypes in your world. Every single being you ever talk to is yourself talking to yourself. You are having a unified experience of unity. Just get it out. Out. This down, pound, stand, it, out. Woo! But it's going to get the funk out. But it's okay. Hey, all right. Well, I guess I'm gonna get to writing some music then. Just gonna the goal, everyone, to be any part of oneself, free, full, non-condemning. Yeah, full. Parenting, not policing, right? Embodying the boundaries for healthy community living. Whoa. Yeah. There's a lovely model in Ender's Game. That's somewhere on the way. Whoa. That's really freaking great. There's a lot of genius there. A lot of genius there. Yeah, well, if you think of, the goal of any place like Star Wars would be to arrive, more at a place like Star Trek. And Enders shows some really good parenting stuff in there. So my guidance keeps telling me the 10 commandments were 12. I mean, it's obvious. Just Google the 12 commandments. I did the same thing and found a gentleman who saw the same thing I did and had the courage to just point it out. And, there is one overarching one that could be included in the 12, but it's a mistranslation, and it is I'm just going to what we would say really darn close. So close that we leave it there. Oh, but and of course, with the lesson of knowing that when you choose a Lord, do not make it a spiritual being. Yeah, you want to make it an etheric being, which is going to be one of the 144 archetypes, which are always, always, always what you would call positive, meaning, fancy this, God is always for itself. Oh, you see? Oh, yeah. We're told it's for us. And there's just the one, oh, and it's boring as. So we make adventures, but we come around certain ones. Oh, time to. Because we're like, what the are we doing? And it's so fascinating to watch ourselves just descend into what the was that? And well, we figured out there was a reason for it. And praise be, we're not alone. Oh, no. No, there's definitely God, everybody. And you don't have to call it that. Just like Ria's, been connecting for herself, the God of your being is staring at you incessantly as you are staring at it. Okay? And it's not something to freak you out or something about. It's just it's ineffable. And that doesn't mean it's indescribable, because it is describable. Because all the ways that people have been describing it are so excellent. And if you are not able to hear, well, I recommend you get eyes to see. And one eye, oh, just gonna lie. Okay, you don't have a throat chakra, everybody. You have an opening in your field. Okay, so one of your eyes is made out of these, as promulgated from the one, right? So there's like a pretend kind of a third thingy back here, but it's not. It's out here and it's 3D. Same here with your solar plexus, which is gold, not yellow. And your heart, there's one here in your eye. And then same here with your root and sacral. There's one here. And then these totally just make this like go over the whole thing. Wow, it's fucking bitchin'. And this is really, this direction, and you're warm, but it's XYZ. Just gonna put them at home, right? And this is how you project your world. You have basically a container around you that's made up of axes of these light ray shooters that shoot out images, and you have a cage around you that creates the medium for which these lights ping off against. It's the way to think of it. So you create a fabric around yourself where through these lights from each of the XYZ axis shines into your fabric. And when you do base 10 math, to describe your base 9 system, aka 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And this is why Tesla was obsessed with 3, 6, 9, everybody, because you do not have a throat chakra. There is a system called the endocrine system, yeah, and it has a funnel that goes here to here. And it's the endless recycler. And that is brought to you by Ur. And that's why you're called Earth, and it's spelled Urth. Yeah. Oh yeah, slave planet. And there's the slaves that are making the food and the slaves that are becoming the soldiers and blah 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 blah. And shall ye not rise, world? Because shit's about to hit the fan. Whoosh. Yeah, it is. Shit is about to hit the fan. And Malak came, trying to provoke war earlier to say, U.S., you need to strike. And, I'm just going to stay neutral on that. And it just depends on which timeline we end up on, because there is a timeline where striking first is, wow, really important. And, them's his fighting words, so that just feels real tricky to speak upon. And, most people are on the Star Trek track, but there's a lot on the Star Wars track. And it's just not that great, guys. It takes a long time. It takes a long time, and it's a long time, and it's a very young time. And it's a lot of pain for no reason. And for those who see all of everything as a neutral video game and it's just neutral, take it to the other realm. This is not your realm. I'm getting attacked right now. This is my realm. This is phase Earth. So the other beings, your day is done. We're separating planets. Yeah, well, because we figured it out. That poison came to us a long time ago, and we are all poisoned. Everybody, but everybody. Everybody but everybody in this quadrant is poisoned. And that's why Sirius B is on the other side. That's why you see these suddenly people are seeing big blue, weird fetus kind of styly orbs in the sky. Those are Sirius B people, because they're looking through, a big glass ball, which makes them look like, freaky deaky, like, it's really funny. When you know what you're looking at, you're just like, oh, look. You guys have got to, put some pretty feathers. They like feathers here, But anyway, that's just all around the humor. So the Sirius B are the ones shining the indigo light upon the avions, which are generally like a translucenty, pearlescent, rainbow, pastel color because they're crystalline. And they just go and become whatever, much like the one on X-Men. And that should have been Ixmon because there's no planet X, it's planet X. And she's us, you guys, big time. We're a planet of freaks. I mean, the stuff that we can do with our minds and stuff, like all the stuff in the movies, yeah, we're really amazing like that. And so we just, keep going, and then we get there in our minds and we figure out really what we actually have been doing, but haven't been able to physically see, is be Ixmon, but it's going to have. Because there's only a certain number of planets, because I guess there was another planet that got split into two. They keep telling me, I mean, it's, most of the information I get is like really straightforward, and then others of it takes like time, and it turns out to be metaphor, and, or a story about maybe some business competitors, not like the planets themselves, like stuff like that. I don't know, but they keep telling me that Earth and Venus were once one. And I just find that odd. But they say that the proof is Australia. That Mars got knocked into Venus and just like blew a chunk, and error. That's Earth. So like we got broken off from Venus for Ur, the Gnostic evil son of Sophia, which is always the son of Logos as well, everybody. Acho que ele me deu far. Acho que não. Procreation happens on all levels. Okay, everybody. Just more. And name went in the wall. Let's go. Let's get on. 32, 32. Let's go. The magic number. Let's go. Oh, I was gonna when that number, the movie, the number 23 came out. I was totally like, oh my gosh, I think I like spun that one out into the universe, because I remember thinking about that number, going like, somebody should make a movie about that and just be totally obsessed with that number. That's always a trip. It's going home right there. How this guy. I was gonna still record me, but oh whoops. But it's gonna it's gonna hang. There I was gonna see you guys. The computer's keeping me. Well, it seems like I'm in trouble. I wasn't able to do anything for the last 2 days because I'm sick and I've got a fever. So I wasn't able to take care of certain financial things. Oh, and I just keep being told not to worry about it. I love you guys. I do. So that's what it's like. You're a normal person living a life, and all those other levels are at the same time. And they're giving you information about your everyday life. And, your everyday, what it is on each level is calling to you, because you get to integrate them into one and become the Silver Surfer. And that is what we're all moving into this Easter. A star's return, everybody. This Easter, she's a big one. Enjoy. Make it a great, great day. And they always tell me to just go to, don't make it a great day, just go to have a day. That's what they say to me. So there you go. Have a day, everybody. Just go, oh, Are you sure you want it to end? Well, I'm not sure. I may have just decided that I wanted to.